this week on Hot Couple Chronicles.
Yeah. I tend to go a little bit extra feral on my birthday weekend.
Yeah. So I face planted into the carpet. It was not, I would have done that any other day of my life. That's just who I am. That's how I am. But this time I walked away with a ginormous black eye that busted my lip open. So yeah, I had a lot of icing. I totally broke this cheekbone in here, this whatever this bone is in my cheek. Broke it because now it'll throb and swell randomly. And there's nothing you can do about it. You just ibuprofen and ice, and that's pretty much. We're not sitting here anymore. We're fucking swingers. Why are we being so boring right now? I don't know, but we're usually the ones that when they look at me and they're like, I need to take a break, that's when I know, yes, I did well. You did well. You did well that night. But yeah, we got back and forth and things got heated and sexual, and he looked at me and he said, I don't know, but I'm really feeling turned on right now by you. And I played with a gay guy for the first time in my entire life, and it was changed my life. It was wild.
We're on the bed watching you while we were playing, and we're like, whoa. We're like, it's happening.
It was so hot. Not everything is perfect. Sex is strange sometimes. Just being in that environment is strange and weird and uncomfortable sometimes. So it gets weird sometimes. And, especially if you're new and you don't know what's going on and you're working through some things. And just reiterate that it's not always perfect. And it's not always super hot and super great and super wonderful. And everybody's just super comfortable. It's not like that. People get cold feet. People get jealous. People have feelings.
Welcome to Hot Couple Chronicles, a podcast exploring the swinging lifestyle. Our discussions may contain explicit content and adult themes intended for mature audiences. While we strive to offer valuable insights and entertainment, please be aware that the views expressed are based on personal experiences and opinions. We encourage listeners to approach the content with an open mind and to prioritize communication, consent, and respect in their relationships. Remember, everyone's journey is unique, so take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't. Thank you for joining us on our adventure.
I'm Russ.
And I'm Ashley.
And this is Hot Couple Chronicles.
Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday. Welcome back.
Back part 2. This is going to be part 2. Just really recapping everything we've been up to.
Our winter and spring recap.
Yeah. And then we'll also tell you what is coming as well. And we've got some pretty crazy stories in between. So we're just going to jump into it, I think. When we left off, we talked about Gatlinburg, our trip to Gatlinburg with all of our friends. And then we, fast forward, we next had Pineapples After Dark. They had, this time, their annual St. Patty's Day party was 2 nights. So they had a Friday night and a Saturday night. Friday night was
a Friday the 13th.
Yeah. And it was fetish, like lace and leather.
It was like
type
BDSM type theme.
Yeah. And so we did that. We dressed in our leather as our favorite theme. So we always enjoy bringing that out. I brought the feathers out. Got a lot of compliment on my feathers. I've worn them a few times. I wore them to Secrets one time and then chickened out of wearing them out of the room because it's like they're very extra. They're like little wing straps. I don't know what they are, but they're a statement piece. And I had brought them so many times before and worn them in pictures and stuff, but never really wore them out of the room. So this time I did, and I'm glad I did because I got so many compliments on those suckers. And yeah, that's one of our easy favorites.
Yeah, we transitioned to that pretty easily.
Yeah, and
that was karaoke that night. Rock and roll karaoke.
Oh my gosh, that was so much fun. We have a lot of talent in PAD, turns out. Such good performances, and we had a good time. It was all rock and roll theme, so it could only be rock and roll songs, and it was good. It was a good time. We always have a great time. It was atmosphere. which is a great venue. It's easier to get to than Atlanta, and
Yeah, you don't have to go through the Atlanta traffic.
yeah, it's much more low key and easier to get there. And we all stayed at a hotel, and we were all kind of just did our pad weekend thing. We hung out with our friends and mingled and everything. And
Jungle Jay was there.
Jungle Jay was there. I had met him at Naughty, and we did an interview with him at the party, but he didn't get any volume from it, and the picture was off, and it just didn't work out. But we did get to talk to him a little bit, but we really have never gotten to really sit down. It's always been chaos every time we see him. So we did get to talk for a little bit, but at the same time, they were doing a video in the main stage with clips that we all had made for Davey, who leads Pineapples After Dark, and his wife. And so we did a whole thank you video, and it was really cute and sweet moment. And, you know,
happy tears.
Have at least one happy tear moment with Pad. It's that kind of group.
Yeah.
And then the next day was St. Patty's Day party, and they do that every year now. And it's always a great time. DJ Beargate was there, and it was your birthday weekend.
Yeah. I tend to go a little bit extra feral on my birthday weekend.
Yeah, which we did. We went too crazy. Like we said last episode, this is a group that we tend to let our hair down a little bit. We feel more comfortable being ourselves, and we tend to go a little bit too hard with them sometimes. If we go hard, it's this group that we usually go pretty hard with. And we did. And yeah, that was my first injury that I've ever had at a swinger event. We had a great night. We had a great time. We all came back. We played. So many people. We had a hotel full of people.
I'm going to go back a little bit, because Friday night you had heels on.
Yeah.
And you had stubbed your toe at home and broke your toe.
Yeah. So
a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And so at one point Friday, you kind of standing at the wall, and you looked at me and said, I can't move from this spot until I get flip-flops.
I, of course, didn't bring any. That's not my smart.
So luckily, one of our friends
had a pair.
I have a pair in the car. You can wear. Okay, cool. So I went and grabbed them, got your heels off so you could keep dancing. And then fast forward again to Saturday after the St. Patty's party. We were back at the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
And another group activity. As we do.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of people in that room.
Feeling good. I was feeling good. We were all feeling great.
Yeah.
It was a good time. And I was sitting on the bed, and I was going to jump up to do something. I don't know what the heck I was thinking I was doing or where I was going, but I was just going to get up real quick. Well, I was sitting on the corner of the bed, and my toe got caught somehow in between the bed and the sheet. And I went to go get up, and I could feel it break. Like, it was so painful. And so I was here focusing on this, trying to get my foot loose while I was still going to jump up. I was so focused on my toe and the pain and everything that I had just ripped my toe out of socket or something. It hurt so bad that I went to go fall forward, and I had my hands occupied with my foot. So my face caught my fall. So I face planted into the carpet. It was not, I would have done that any other day of my life. That's just who I am. That's how I am. But this time I walked away with a ginormous black eye. I busted my lip open. I had a huge scab on it for like a month. Still dealing with it. My cheek still hurts and swells to this day.
You don't have a black eye anymore, though.
I don't have a black eye, finally. You can't see it anymore, but I could still feel it every day. And I walked away that was not my finest moment. That was one of my lower lows. That was not a great time. So yeah, I had a lot of icing. I totally broke this cheekbone in here, this whatever this bone is in my cheek. Broke it because now it'll throb and swell randomly, and there's nothing you can do about it. You just ibuprofen and ice, and that's pretty much what I did for a really long time, for a minute. But it was like one injury after another injury after another injury.
March was definitely the month of you hurting yourself.
I kicked the wall by accident. Went to go walk around the corner and kicked the wall, broke my toe, and that was like a big drama for a while. And then I did it to the other toe, and then I did all this stuff to my face. It was not my finest moment, for sure. It was a great time. We had so much fun, but it was definitely not my finest moment. And then we had our first Fresh Friday, and that was pink theme. They let me have the first theme for me was pink, and that was getting the table figured out and how to get in and the wristbands.
So I had never been to Trap before they opened anything before. So I had never even seen the club with lights on.
I was there early for like Life Spice Night. A few of the pad First Fridays. I've been there for the doors open, but it's a whole different vibe.
Then you had the secret knock to get in the door.
To try and get in, and because they don't open till 8. We got there at like 7. So
well, then
they're still getting figured out. People aren't even clocked in yet, so we have to get in.
Yeah.
While everyone's getting there, and then we were trying to figure out where to put the table. We have banners and how to set all that up.
Well, I forgot our.
Then he forgot our banner. Had to go back to the hotel.
Yeah.
Luckily, it's only like 8 minutes away or something. And then we had people coming in for the tour, so I went ahead and did the tour. And then Lindsay grabbed another couple. We kind of did 2 tours because we had, I think, 4 couples or something. And she did half of them, I did the other half. And so we walked around the club, answered all the questions, and I got to do a little tour video of behind the scenes and stuff. So that's a nice perk that we get to have, is we get to record in the club while no one's there. So there's going to be a lot more Trap behind the scenes content coming soon, that we were able to finally walk around and tell you all the things and show you all the stuff. And yeah, it was a good night. We made some new friends. We got some new couples into the club. We got our footing. We introduced ourselves.
We ended the night with a bang.
Yeah, we ended our night with a bang. And then we ended up, it was kind of a slow night. It's a Friday night, so they're pretty quiet. Those nights we also choose for that reason, is because they are kind of a more chill, low-key night that you can get to know people and relax, and it's quieter. But we had a lot of our friends, our normal Trap friends, that our close friends, came and supported us and everything. And it was getting kind of sleepy, and everybody's kind of sitting in the cigar lounge, and everybody's kind of it was getting to that point where people were starting to be like, okay, it's time, we're going to leave. I think it's time to go. It's getting late, yada, yada, yada. So I did one of my old school things where I was like, we're not sitting here anymore. We're fucking swingers. Why are we being so boring right now? So I pulled everybody out. We ended up going up to the front for a little bit, and then we ended up pulling everybody together for another orgy, and somehow pulled a big, beautiful orgy out of that night. It was a quiet night, but everyone orgied together, and we had a couple. It was an older couple that had come to the tour, first time there, everything. And
So at one point, my heart was racing. I just needed to take a break. So I sat down on one of those side benches, and I had one of the girls on my lap, and then I had women all around me. But anyways, and we're sitting there watching the show, what's going on, and one of the couples that you gave a tour was sitting next to me, and he's like, this is our first time here. Is it like this every Friday night? I started laughing.
Only when we're here.
I'm like, this is kind of the exception to the rule. I mean, it's hard to find a good group of people that were so comfortable. We'd known each other long enough, we're comfortable enough.
Yeah, before we even started playing, we stopped everybody, and he was like, does anyone have any rules or boundaries, anything that they want to bring up before we start? And because we used to do that a lot back in the day, and we've kind of taken advantage of the fact that we all are really close, and we all...
Well, there was a couple people that I had never played with.
There was some new people there, and so we wanted to make sure everybody's on the same page. There was just a lot of outside and newer faces, what we do. So we wanted to make sure we got everyone's consent and everything. And it was cute because at first everybody's like, joking, and it's an awkward conversation to start having with strangers. But then they were like, well, actually, I don't like this. I have arthritis. I have this problem. If, my back, this and that. And then like no butt stuff. I don't want anything. Everybody's like, yeah, me. It did end up being a really good conversation of stuff that people did bring up that they didn't want. And it's good to know, it's just good to have that on the table. And it doesn't have to be weird or serious. It can just be very casual conversation about testing, about boundaries, rules, all of that. It can be that simple. It doesn't have to ruin the night. It can be. We're all adults. We should be able to have these conversations if we're doing this activity. So we went through the whole consent, testing, all that stuff, conversation, and then I got to play with a new person I never played with before.
Yeah.
Sweated in my eyeball.
He
It was
did.
hot. He was soaking wet.
He
Also,
was.
like to point out, tapped him out like we do. That's one thing that we do. We tap out the untappables, untappable outables people. I don't know. How would you say that? We tap out the
Tap
tappers.
outables.
I don't know, but we're usually the ones that when they look at me and they're like, I need to take a break, that's when I know, yes, I did well. You did well. You did well that night. And
Yeah.
he'll never hear the end of it, and it's gonna always be a thing. It always is with those people. But yeah, it was fun. We had a really good time, and it was a great kickoff to Fresh Fridays, and
Yeah.
we're very excited. That's happening this Friday, by the way. Make sure you're there.
Yeah. So the original plan was that we were going to go to First Friday. We were going to come home, and I was going to work like a normal day. Well, a couple days before, we had wanted to go to an EP event, and
Electric Pleasures is a new company, pretty much, that Dan Lacey started, Swing Nation started, and it's just another branch of Swing Society. It's just another different kind of
It's just
party. It's like a more
house-
EDM.
yeah, EDM centric.
Yeah, and it's
Like-
more of that vibe and mixed with Swing Society event, pretty much. And so it's their new venture, and they had one in Florida at the Gulf or something, and then we knew they were coming to Atlanta, but we thought he was going to be working. Stuff worked out. We had the time off. So we texted them and said, hey, we're in town and we're thinking about coming and checking out EP. So we bought tickets for that and figured we'd just do the one night because
Well, that was a little bit of a to-do because we were just going to buy tickets and show up.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And
But it was they only sold tickets for the whole weekend.
that's why we
And
texted
so
them
I
and asked.
texted them. I said, "Hey, we're have our Fresh Friday event and Trap Friday night. We're going to come check out EP Saturday night, but I went to buy tickets and there's no Saturday only option."
No.
And he's like, "Hold on." He's like, "I'll get with the team." And so they made a Saturday only option
For our Fresh Friday guests.
for our
so we
Fresh
could
Friday guest.
kind of promote EP while promoting Fresh Friday, and it was like a Saturday activity after you go to Fresh Friday. So we kind of made it like a whole weekend thing, check out two different things and stuff. So we went we were already in Atlanta, so we went over, it was in Roswell. So
Mhm.
we went over there to the hotel. We were there pretty early, but we knew the guy who was doing security and everything, and he knew, we know pretty much the whole team and everyone. And so,
So
we were like,
it was set up like a hotel takeover where
Yeah.
you need tickets
To
to
get in.
even get
you can't
step
even get the
foot
car
on
back
the
there.
property.
You
You can't
yeah.
even park your car in the parking lot without a ticket.
As it should be, and it was a good thing. But
Yeah.
they knew who we were, and they knew we were kind of there to get. We had our friends were there, and we were excited to go see them. And they were telling us, come on, it's time to come, because we were waiting until we could check in. We were kind of just like getting lunch and farting around, and we hung out with Rob and Lindsay at their house for a little while, and we were taking our time. And they called, and they were like, "What are you doing? We're waiting on you." So everyone was just excited to see us. It was the Kraken Beards were there. They are very dear friends of ours and close friends, and we were so excited. We hadn't seen them in so long, so they were there. We had a lot of good friends there, and so we showed up and we hung out with them. And as always, before we knew it, it was time for the room crawl. They had a room crawl, and it was at like 3, something like that.
Yeah,
so we
something
had
like
to
that.
get there. We said our highs. We said hello to everyone. It always takes an hour to get to where you're going because you get stopped 1,000 times by everybody and get hugs and everything. So kind of checked it out, the downstairs and the layout and stuff. And then they had the room crawl, which that's why I wanted to be there early to get to room crawl's our fave. And it was so much fun. We got to go see all our old friends and made some new friends, and it was good vibes, good times. We got to try out the drinks and get all the souvenirs,
Yeah.
the
Well,
trinkets.
So we went to their room first, and we have to talk about it. We met a new friend,
Mhm.
and they were telling about this friend that they met through the weekend, and he was terrified because he was a single male, but he was gay,
Yes.
and he was there just for the vibes. And so
But he was terrified.
he was
So
terrified.
scared. So scary.
And the Krakenbeards, as many of you may or may not know, Mr. Krakenbeard is openly bisexual.
Yeah.
So they kind of brought him under the wings, like, you're safe here.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Just gave him a safe place.
And
they had partied the night before on Friday. The
Yeah.
night before they had their first night. So they had got to know him. He was hanging around. It became his safe spot. They were with a single female that was the sweetest,
yeah, she was
most stereotypical like unicorn vibe that you could ever imagine. She was so much fun. She wasn't in lifestyle. She wasn't there to play. She wasn't there to do anything. She again was just there for the vibe, just there for the music and the environment and being with us, and loved watching it all. But so they all just kind of stayed together.
Yeah.
Friday night. So then Saturday night we got there and we got introduced to him and got to talking to him, and we all just telling him our story and the crazy stuff that we have been through and all of the different places we've been together. And I don't even remember how the conversations turned sexual, but me and Mr. Krakenbeard, we do a lot of back and forth. He's daddy dom vibes and me, I'm the submissive, and he's one of the few that I can be myself like that, and we have a really good connection. And he's one of the few couples that we really like kind of
we've known him for a long
bring
time.
our BDSM side out, and
Yeah.
they understand the intricacies and they understand all the things, so you don't have to explain it. It's just easy with them. But yeah, we got back and forth and things got heated and sexual, and he looked at me and he said, I don't know, but I'm really feeling turned on right now by you. And I was like, good to know. So that continued. Then we got ready. We went to our room. We checked into our hotel because we were staying at the hotel next door because they were sold out at the hotel. But there was one like feet away from the hotel. So we stayed at the next door building. And we went and got ready and made our way down there, said hellos, did all the dancing, did all the things. We all just kind of danced and vibed all night. We went on stage. We got the VIP pass. So we were able to go on stage with the DJs and dance. That was fun. We had a good time.
Yeah, we just kind of vibed and danced all night because it really is just the EDM.
It's like a rave. It's
just a rave, yeah.
But it is really just a swinger event too, with
But there's just a whole bunch of swingers there.
music forward, and it's like a rave with swingers. And so everyone started figuring out what they're doing for the night. We had a lot of options. There was a lot of opportunity. We haven't seen a lot of our swinger society friends in a really long time, and we really would love to play with everybody if possible, but that's never possible. So you have to pick and choose, and we wound up back in the same room with the Krakenbeards, and Tristan, he asked us to call him Tristan, came in and just was hanging out. We were all just, the awkward before what's going to go down, but you don't know how to get there, and we started playing around, and at one point I had his penis in my mouth and another guy's penis in my mouth. And I played with a gay guy for the first time in my entire life, and it was changed my life. It was wild. At one point, I was bent over with someone inside of me, and then they were
being penetrated.
All of us with two men. And oh my gosh, I have always fantasized about bi experiences and stuff, but I was so excited. I don't think you understand how excited I was. I find that so hot. It was so hot. It wasn't perfect. There was some hiccups. The night did not end up the way that we all planned. It got weird. It was turned into a more bigger deal than it should have been. There was some miscommunication. Some nerves got jumped in, I think. And I think, was
working through some things.
Working through what was happening. It was a lot. It was the first time. I mean, it's not something that we normally do all the time for us either. So we were all just kind of, what the heck just happened? They were playing while all this was going on.
Yeah. So me and Dallas were on the bed watching you while we were playing. And we're like, whoa. You're like, it's happening.
It was so hot.
And then all of a sudden, it wasn't.
All of a sudden, it just was. It
got
weird.
It didn't. It got weird quick because Tristan just ended up grabbing his clothes and walking out and not saying a word. Yeah. And then it kind of hit to the confidence, and
that was just a hit to the gut.
Yeah, didn't know what.
I don't know how else to put it, but he asked for lube, and it was a weird reaction. We're all still kind of confused by the reaction. That he just literally just stopped, picked up his clothes and left.
Yeah.
And so we were all just kind of like
What happened?
confused, and we weren't sure what happened. I think it was a lot. We have since talked to him. He has allowed us to share his story on the podcast.
Yeah. I did ask.
That's huge.
So I contacted him to ask if it was okay with him if we talked about it. And then he asked us to call him Tristan.
Yeah.
So.
And he was fine with it. And everything was cool and everything was fine when we talked to him. So I don't know. But it was just one of those weird, again, we're not going to sugarcoat it. There are some weird moments that happen. Not everything is perfect. Sex is strange sometimes. Just being in that environment is strange and weird and uncomfortable sometimes. So it gets weird sometimes. And, especially if you're new and you don't know what's going on and you're working through some things. And I rated up there with some of my top 5 experiences in this lifestyle. Bi guys have always been a fantasy for me to do that. And I've never even thought about being with a gay man, but it was took a lot of debriefing after that, working through it, and it was hot. It was really hot. It was a really hot time. It was one of my top favorites, but the ending wasn't too great. It could have been so good. As we say a lot in this lifestyle. One of
could have been so good.
Most used phrases. It could have been so good because it could have been so good, and it was good. It's a learning experience, and it was wild. And it's just another one of our crazy chronicles. Part of our crazy chronicle that we wanted to share, and just reiterate that it's not always perfect, and it's not always super hot and super great and super wonderful and everybody's just super comfortable. It's not like that. People get cold feet, people get jealous, people have feelings, and you just kind of work with it, and no hard feelings. It was a great night. We were like, okay, at that point they were done.
Yeah, it killed the vibe.
It killed the vibe with them. And
so they went to bed, and we were
ready to go.
We went adventuring.
We were so turned on. We were so excited, and we went adventuring. It was so late though, and everyone had already found a place by then, and we were finding the stragglers that were just kind of like after.
Yeah, at this point it was 3, 4 o'clock in the morning.
Everyone was already done
that.
playing. They were just kind of like getting snacks or vibing or just sitting outside or smoking or doing whatever. So we just kind of hung out with different people we never get to see very often, and it was a really short. It was just one night, so it was a very short.
Yeah, it went by
time.
fast.
It went by really quickly, but that whole weekend was a really good weekend, and I like that we're connecting with a lot of people that we haven't spoken to in a long time, and we're getting these opportunities to see them again because unfortunately we just don't live near a lot of people, and the times when we would get together, it was always like Swinger Society or Secrets events and stuff. And we met a lot of these people on Discord and in the beginning and TikTok and stuff. And we live all over the country. So it's good when we get a chance to see everyone, hug their necks, and there's never enough time with everybody.
No,
and
ever.
We always wish we could play with everyone and have a great time with everyone, but it's just not possible. But yeah, that was that. And then
we turned around, came home, and then we went. It was family time.
And that was our grandson's birthday. So we were having his party at our house. So it was straight home to clean, do everything, cook,
decorate, cook,
get ready. And we were right into family mode. And our grandson is a year old now, which is crazy, wild. And yeah, we did family time. And then after that, we had spring break. We ended up taking the kids to Wild Adventures. We went to South Georgia, and then
while we're down there,
we headed over to the Gulf, and we had some beach time, and we found the cutest little beach town. I couldn't even tell you the name of it anymore. It's that far gone.
Yeah,
it's such a
something shell.
It was such a little tiny spot that we just happened to find. We literally just picked a spot.
It was no beach town I'd ever been in. It was such a rural community.
Yeah.
That really this beach was almost like a private beach.
Yeah, it
was crazy. Yeah. But then we got our beach time in. We got some good seafood.
Got to eat good food. We just enjoyed spring break with the kids and relaxing before things get crazy because we know our schedule is filling up super quick, super fast, and it's go time in swinger season. So we are in full preparation for a new swinger season and. Yeah, we went to Wild Adventures. That was fun. That was actually really cute. If you've never been to South Georgia and you want a smaller, especially if you have younger kids, it's like a safari. It's got the animals. It's got the roller coasters. It has enough rides, and you can do the whole park in a day. It's not that serious. you don't have to kill yourself, and it's not that bad. And we're definitely going to go back. It's pretty cheap side. We got the dining pass.
Yeah.
You get one meal, and then you get 3 snacks.
Yeah, you get something like
And
that.
then unlimited drinks all day, which is
Yeah.
let alone worth, just that by itself is worth it, because those are like $20 a pop. So you know how amusement parks are. So yeah, we had good family time. We've been really trying to get out of the house. It's finally warm again. I can feel myself becoming human again. And we're starting to enjoy the sunshine and getting us some beach time in. We're trying to get there. And then
You got to go to the Renaissance
I went
Festival.
there. We have lived here for 4 years now. Yeah.
No, 5.
5 years. Yeah, in May was 5.
Mm.
5 years now. And every year, our Renaissance Fair here is only on the weekends. So very inconvenient for his schedule. And usually when he takes off, we're doing some kind of work or something swinger related. So me and a group of our friends went, and we decided to go. We went on the opening day, actually.
Yeah.
We all dressed up. We've been to every Renaissance Fair we've ever could find, and we've always loved them so much and so hard. We've never dressed up. We've always talked about dressing up and said we were going to dress up. And so I was so excited to find a group of, I think there's 12 of us, 8 of us, something like that. I don't know, big group of us, and we all dressed up. And we found more friends from Padua there, just a whole bunch of really good people. So parallel and similar to Swingerland, because everyone's just pushing that envelope. They were like taking off their shirts. They were pushing, they're pushing it. And then you're in character. It's like got that role play thing going on. Everyone, I don't know. It's so hot. Every guy had black eyeliner and like
because it was
white
like Viking
contacts
Day.
in. Yeah, it was the Viking vibe, and everyone had wings and big bearded men, and I was so turned on all day long. It was ridiculous, but we had a great time, and I got to drink mead and watch the boys do archery and throw things. But we're planning on going Memorial Day, I believe.
Yeah.
I think we're
Actually, Monday, Memorial
the
Day.
only weekday that they are open is a Monday, and so we said if we're going to do it, and they're only open for like 2 months or something, and then they close. They're only open. This one's different than all the ones we've ever been to, but so the only weekday is Memorial Day. So I think we're gonna get dressed up and go back. It's pirates, so we have pirate costumes. So I think we're gonna go do pirate and go to the Renaissance Fair one more time, because he hasn't been yet and he needs to, and I'm still wanting to go back 40 more times. So that's the plan. And then
we had our second Fresh Friday.
We had our second Fresh Friday, and that's when Cracking Beards, we had seen them at EP, and we told them about Fresh Fridays, and we talked them into coming and checking out our Fresh Friday event. So they came.
And they brought some friends too.
Yeah, they brought friends, and that was all the glitters. So it was the glitter. So it's kind of like another one of my faves. So this one's leather.
Almost like you get to pick
like
the
I'm
themes
the one
or
making
something.
the flyers, and I'm the one, Our friends Cracking Beards, we saw them at EP, and we spent time with them. So we convinced them to come check out a Fresh Friday event. So they were there, and always a great time. And then we got to bring them. They had met anything but vanilla a few times, but we really got to hang out and get to know them a little bit more. And we actually took pictures. We always have good intentions every time we're together to put lingerie on and take pictures, but
you actually got them this time.
Got a few pictures. Don't love them, but we got them, and I have them, and I can't share them anywhere because they're not the most appropriate, but we did do it, and we had taken pictures, and it was a good night.
So we hung out in our room. We shared a room with the Cracking Beards, and we decorated a little bit. We had some lights. They brought their toy box, which is genius, and we laid out all the things
it's like
on the
hairdresser or nail person's like rolly cart with all the drawers, the different boxes that stacks and has wheels. So smart, so genius. Yeah, and
but we hung out in the room. You guys took pictures. We did a couple shots, and then we headed to Trap. And we had to go early.
Yeah.
So we got in there, set up a table, got everything ready.
We're still trying to iron out the details and hiccups. We do have a really big discount. We do have a lot. It's a new thing at Trap. So of course everyone's trying to get used to that. So
yeah, a
lot of our time for our first hour there is really just kind to make sure everybody gets the right prices. Everyone is together. Everyone gets the right wristbands. Everybody's where they're supposed to be. whoever wants a tour gets in. That was our second one. So we're really,
Yeah. So for anybody that comes to art and tells them they're with us, they get the discount, and they'll put on another wristband.
so we know. that
So
they're
we
with us.
know they're with us, so we can make sure we
Like throughout
you
the
know,
night, we can check in
Yeah.
with them and make sure they're
We just need some type of
good.
visual cue, like, yeah, you came with us. Hey,
just to check in.
nice to see you here, or nice to meet you, or whatever it may be. But yeah, there was a few hiccups there, but we got that ironed out, and then we started the night with dinner like we do, and then hung out all night, danced, did the wobble, did all the things,
The trap things.
all the trap things,
Yeah.
and then I feel like we left pretty early.
Yeah.
And of course went back to the hotel.
Some nights you just go back to your room and you prefer to play there, less public space.
Yeah.
And that's kind of their vibe, more controlled environment and with people that we trust and love. So we went back to the hotel for that to happen, and we reacquainted ourselves with each other. Had a good old time together. And
It was pretty long session
yeah,
it was a lot of we were up till what 5:30.
wee hours of the morning. Time's different there.
Yeah.
It's not the same there.
But I thought ahead this time and got late checkout.
Yes, we had 1 o'clock.
So we could
checkout.
sleep in.
So that was always do it. Always just do it. Go ahead and get the late checkout. And yeah, we had a great time, and they're coming back Friday, so can't be too bad. So yeah, we've got them coming back again on the 15th, so they'll be there if you're there. And then yeah, the next day, as we do, because we don't plan anything we do, we had to check out. They had to go home because they have a baby. So they had to go home, and we went and we killed time, had food, went to Rob and Lindsay's house to hang out.
They had packed all of
'Cause
our signs and stuff in their car, so we had to go get that before we came home.
We missed when they tore the table down. I don't know what we were doing. We were being occupied by something, but they tore the table down and just threw it in their car. So we had to go to their house to get our banners and all of our carts and things like that. So we hung out for a little while, and then it doesn't take very much to talk us into things. They talked us into going to one of the biggest nights of Trapeze is Swingchella. That's one of their parties among their New Year's and their Halloween parties. That's one of their big spring parties, and it's neon, all the things. And this was neon circus theme and stuff.
Yeah,
and
something like that.
it's like the biggest night of Trapeze, and we've always wanted to go. We've never went, so we decided to go. So we had no clothes at all.
No,
nothing.
We
to wear
were
at
not
Trapeze.
prepared to go.
No shoes, nothing. Thankfully, I'm pretty much the same size as Lindsay, and you're the same size as Rob for the most part. We wear the same size clothes, and it works out perfectly.
Yeah.
So we
got
went
to raid their
shopping
closet.
in their closet. I actually I liked that outfit way better than I've liked any other outfit that I've worn to Trapeze, which is crazy because I'd never put it on before that. But we pulled it off, and we did all the neon, and we had, swingers. Oh, we always have something somebody can wear. We've got plenty of fishnets or some kind of something. So we got lingerie, we got our clothes, and we ended up doing Swingchella, and that was fun. It was much busier that night. It was completely packed.
Eventually. At first. So usually on big nights like that, it's lining out the door at open.
Yeah.
And it was slow until about 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
And like everybody was like kind of worried. It was like, where's everybody at? Even like the staff was like,
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden everybody started rolling in about 11 o'clock, and they kept rolling in until about 12:31 o'clock. And by the time we left, it was packed.
Yeah, they ended up with a really good turnout. A lot of people, lots of fun. It was a good night. We did a lot of dancing, a lot of running around.
Yeah, running around.
Time zoomed past us, and we left not too early, not too late. We did a lot of mingling and talking and stuff. And then we went back to the house, got comfortable, got warm because it was chilly. It got chilly that weekend. I don't know. It was weird. It was like one of those freak times, and it was cold when we woke up. But we ended up putting our sweatpants on, getting comfortable, had a few drinks, talking, laughing. And we turned in pretty early. It wasn't like a crazy night. We had a whole weekend we had just done. So we were tired, and we went to bed, and then bring us up to just 2 weeks ago now, I got to go. One of our really close friends he's a
professional fighter.
He does professional fighting, and he had done fight before. We hadn't been able to make it So this was the first one since we really became good friends with them. And I told him since the beginning I was going to be there no matter what. And he had to work. So I went to support him. That was crazy. Nothing like I had pictured in my head on TV and what you see on TV. If you watched on pay-per-view, you could see me and Lindsay right in every single picture. We were right there. We had really, really good table seats and stuff. And it didn't go the way that we had all hoped. It was a kind of sad ending. And it's hard to watch somebody that's fought so hard, worked so hard, and just the amount of work they do going into this and the athleticism. Like you think they're just punching each other. It's not that. Just to watch it in real life is a whole nother level, and to see it and to feel it and to watch it, and serious guys there that have really trained hard and worked hard. And anytime you get a knockout, he made it 45 seconds or something like that. And it was just like, breaks your heart. He just had a bad hit, and it happens sometimes. And super proud of him. Such a good time. We had a great time there. We got to go to Assembly Studios in Atlanta, which was Universal Studios, and be backstage in that. It was just amazing to be in these giant hangars for movies and stuff. And then they had the fake city fronts and the houses, and
the
they
facades
had facades of all
New York and
New Orleans. They had like Italy one. It was so cool. So of course, after the fight, me and Robin Lindsay, form and fashion, we had to stop because we had kept saying, "Oh, we should definitely come here one time and take pictures and videos," but it's not close to their house. It's a little far. Like, no, we're not going to go back over there. We're all in the car right now. Why don't we just do it now? So he pulled over, and we spent a good hour just skipping and hopping and pretending and having a great time. We sat on the steps. We took a bunch of cute pictures and videos that I don't know what I'll ever use them for. I don't know. They're very adorable. It's us barefoot in New York City. And we played and pretend and danced and got a lot of really cute stuff. Well, you'll see them probably here and there. If you see us in front of city buildings, that's probably from that. And then, that pretty much was the last real thing that we did. And now, filming this a week prior to when this comes out, I'm about ready to head to Nashville.
Oh, yeah.
With a group of our friends, pretty much the same group.
Yeah, so when this episode comes out, you've already back.
Yeah, so when we're recording this, it hasn't yet happened, but it'll be last weekend when you listen to this. And 3 of us are solo women, 4 couples, and it's going to be
a time.
Yeah.
There's going to be a time.
Yeah, there's 11 of us going with the girls, but I'm sharing a room with 2 other girls that I love so much, and I'm so sad to spend some girl time. I'm excited for solo girl time with other solo girls, which I never really get. I'm usually a solo with a couple or solo with couples.
Yeah.
So it'll be fun to actually get to hang out with some single girls and do Nashville with them. And we're going to a Sullivan King show on Friday. So it'll be my first EDM concert. So I'm excited to get dressed up in black and bring out my little
emo
metal girl that I've suppressed over the years, but she's still in there from my teenage years. And I'm excited to just dance. And we've done Nashville twice before. Once we never really did downtown very much. And then the other time it was just me and him. But we were different people at a different time.
Yeah.
And so I'm excited to kind of let loose with some swinger friends. And Evanelic setting is always fun. And we're all sharing an Airbnb. So it's going to be a good time. I'm excited. I'm freaking out because I'd ordered a birthday present, expedited shipping, and it's running late due to logistical problems. And so birthday present's going to be late, kind of as a bummer. All of the stuff I ordered to wear, it's all being delayed. I don't know what the heck's going on, but everything is maybe will be here. And now I'm leaving a day early to get to there early. So I'm like not counting on any of my clothes that I ordered. It just isn't off to a great start, but we're going to be positive and it's going to be a great time. And I'm excited and it's going to be fun. And I am excited to explore Nashville more. I don't really know Nashville very much. So from what we've experienced, we like it a lot. So it'll be fun. And then after that, we have Fresh Friday. Which is this Friday. So come there. Definitely come say hi. Even if you're not new to the club, just come and you get a discount. If you mention HCC or ABV, hopefully HCC if you're listening to this, you will get a you'll get the discount. So you, even if you're not new to the lifestyle or new to the club, you will still get the discount no matter what. So mention that, get the discount, get the membership, everything for 2 months included, and you'll get to come to Diamond. And you can I'll still hold your hand and I'll still give you a tour if you want me to. I am more than happy.
Yeah.
Come beforehand if you want a tour. You don't have to be new. This is not a requirement. It's just kind of geared towards making it less scary for the new people. So, but we're more than happy to have everybody there. Anybody there, come hang out with us. We'll be there every third Friday. So yeah, HCC, you'll get the discount, get in.
Yeah.
And we start the tour at 7:30. Other than that, doors open at 8. And the theme is leather and lace. So we try also to keep the themes very newer friendly, friendly.
You don't have to go shopping.
Nothing you need something
the crazy. Yeah.
Nothing too intimidating. We're trying on purpose to keep the themes just pink, just leather, just sparkles, something that anyone should have, something they can pull together or buy relatively cheap and put something together. And all else fails, wear a black dress. That's always the option.
I don't think
Can't
I'll
go wrong.
look great in a black dress.
I think you look really good in one. That's just me. And then, yeah, we have things here and there. You know, every third Friday will be Trap. And then we just officially booked Secrets for September.
Yeah.
So we are very excited.
We will be at Secrets with Swinger Society in September.
Yeah, we have a trip booked to Secrets on the books officially. There's another trip I might be going to Secrets before then in June, or I'm still trying to figure out the details in that. That'll be a solo Secrets trip, weekend trip for me. But I'm not going to promise anything. I might be going to Secrets in June. I don't know. But for sure, Signed, Sealed, Delivered. We'll be there in September with Singer Society. We have so many people that we have just met in this journey that's the one thing they do a year. And we've done other takeovers, other parties at Secrets, and that is just our vibe. And that's
really
just
is.
kind of, we like that. We love Swinger Society, just the way that they do events. And we are excited to do the room crawl, and we're excited to come do some OG stuff again and
See people we haven't seen in forever.
Yeah, that's what I'm most excited
Yeah.
about, is there's just people that don't come out except their once a year, twice a year Secrets trip. So that's the one time to catch them. And we're excited to see a lot of those faces again. It'll be 2 years, since we've seen a lot of them. So excited to reconnect, and just being at Secrets is fun. And I know there's a lot of changes going on there, and we're excited to see what happens over the next few months there. And the next thing we have on the books is Panels After Dark, annual glow party. So it's a weekend thing. It's going to be a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, same thing. And Friday night's going to be a room crawl. If you book on their floor, you get to go to the room crawl, and it's going to be exclusive to whoever books on the block and stuff. And then Saturday it's going to be at Atmosphere again, and pulling out the body paint, and they're doing I know DJ Barry's coming back again. We love him, and we're excited. So that'll be on our website. You can get tickets and find out all the information about that, and we'll be sharing it on Instagram. But yeah, we have a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes, and it's gearing up to be even crazier than it's ever been, which is the goal, and that's what we want, and that's what we like to see. And we want to go more places, and we're trying new things. So get a hold of us if you want us to come check out your club or event, and we will be happy to come give an honest opinion and help you out and tell you how we feel and what we think about what we do here.
That's what we do here.
But yeah, and other than that, make sure you're following and you're sharing and you're liking and you're doing all of the things. Help get us out there. We're still trying to get out there, and we're still a little podcast. We're still new. We're still trying to get our name out, and we enjoy doing it, and we want to keep sharing our chronicles and our stories and everything. So leave all the feedback, and as always,
It's not that serious.
don't make it weird.
Bye.
Bye.